welcome to the next page of our lesson, and today I'm going to teach you how to arrange your content. Arranging content, that is the focus for today. In arrangement of content, there are two forms. There's a sequential form, and then there's one I call the tree and branches one. Okay, so what is this sequential form? There are some courses when we teach that we expect the student to take it one after the other, or we teach it according to one unit to the next subunit. We can't just move. They are dependents, or you need to do this before you move to the next. In that case, assuming you need to do unit 1 before you can move to subunit 2 to that. It is in a sequential form, so like a cascade. From this you move here and that. That is a cascade form, sequential arrangement. And then there's second category where it is not in that sequential form. I can branch to this and take the course. I can branch to this and take the lesson, all from the mother or the parent category. I can branch to any of the subunit and take the course. If that is how your course is, then you are good to choose between how the arrangement should be. But most of the times, we expect our course overview page to have the non-sequential form. It means students should have the liberty to access either the assessment page, the outline page, the learning outcome, or I think we have one more, reference material. They should be able to navigate through easily instead of taking a sequential form. And so if you understood this concept, let's see how we can do that in our V class. So I want to minimize this as usual and then see. So let's take our unit 0, course overview. If you click on it, that's what it would be. So I want to click no here. In the welcome page, you realize that from welcome, I move to course outline. It is in a sequential form that I can move to the learning outcome. I can move to recommend material. It's in a sequential form. I can navigate. In the next subsequence, I'll show you how to get the content in there as you see of what I've done. So if I want the student to see all of this in one page, assuming I want to have it in the welcome page, so I want to edit this welcome page. It means that I want to add all the possible content. So say assessment page. I want to move to the learning outcome. I want to add this to navigate through, and I want to add reference material. This means that the student will have the liberty to navigate through any of them. And assuming you click save here, so you've added the content. The V class gives you access to add 5 content at a go, and I preview here. Now I see all the content has been arranged here, so I'm assuming that I can navigate through any of them easily. But see what happens. When I click the learning outcomes, it takes me to course outline, and that is not what I expected. So let's move back again. If I click on reference materials, it still takes me to the course outline. What did I do wrong? You realize that even though you've added the various content pages, it is still in a sequential form. So let's go back to our lesson and edit the lesson from here. So edit lesson here. Now on your first page where you want navigation to be done, you have to jump to the content. So on course outline, instead of using next page, I'll quickly jump to course outline page because I've created it. When I come to the second content, instead of next page, I want to say move to assessment. And the third content, I'll say move to the learning outcome. If you don't create these pages, it will not appear in the drop down to select. So you want to take note of that. That is why I first have to create my content pages. So instead of next page, I'll say move to reference material, and I can save. They are on the first page. So when I preview here, okay, so now I have all the pages showing. Let me click assessment now. It should take me to my assessment page straight up. If I go back to Epic one more time and I click reference material, it should take me to reference material page. As simple as that. When I go back again and then click on learning outcome, it should just take me to the learning outcome page. This is what we are talking about. And that is the non-sequential form. the student has the liberty to choose or navigate between the files. Now let's do the same thing for Unit 1. Assuming Unit 1 for my differentiation, differentiation has to be learning step by step. You can't just jump through. So from the rules, from the introduction, I'll go to limit of principles. From limit of principles, I want to go to rules. From rules, I need to go to power rule, and then from power rule, I have summary. But in a case where I want to navigate through the rules, let's see how that can be done. So I go back here. I've created one more content page called the quotient rule, as you can see, so you can add that up. Now it means that when I come to my rules here, introduction to the rules, I want to add not just the power rule, I want to add another content called the quotient I have created. Okay, so quotient rule and the chain rule, I want to add it up to show. So product rule and power rule. It means that instead of using the next page, I'll say when the student click on the power rule, jump straight to the power rule content page. When a student click on the chain rule, take the student straight to the chain rule page. So I'm giving the student the liberty to choose between the rules of the game to learn. Instead of saying learn power rule first, so I can save this and then see what happens. So let's start from the introduction. Preview from introduction. Oh, sorry, let me move back here. So preview from introduction here. Let's see what happens. So from introduction, you must move to limits of principles. No navigation, you are bounded. When I come to rules, see what happens. I have the 2 rules of the game. So it says you have the liberty to choose between any of these to take. So when I click on quotient rule, it should take me to the quotient rule page, which I have created here. You can see clearly everything here. When I click summary, it takes me to end of lesson. So let's move back one more time to the rules. And then if I click on the power rule, the student should be navigated to the power rule page. And so this is how you can even embed the sequential and then the non-sequential arrangement of your content on your lesson platform. It is up to you, the instructor, to know how your subunit is being treated, either sequential or non-sequential or both. And this is how it's done. I hope this is very clear. If not, you want to take the video again, and you can ask your questions in the comment section, which I will respond. In the next one, or in the next session, I'm going to take you through how to add the content as you saw in your content pages. Thank you very much.